So many of you guys asked the question, yo Skills, what is the fastest way to level up your Shade Watch level in year 7, season 3 in 2025? Well, let's get into it right now. So if you're looking this up, you do know that the Shade Watch level does have some benefits for your ultimate builds when you want to get to that min-maxing. And you know the first 1,000 shade levels help you max out your 4 areas of offense, defense, handling, and utility, which all give you bonuses for your builds, correct? Now, we also know there is something down here that is called scavenging, and this is a great place for you to put all those extra shade points that you get once you finish leveling those 4 areas, because you can get E-credit, ceramics, poly, steel, carbon, electronics, shade calibration, field recon, printer filaments, and you can spec into those and you use these materials to either optimize or craft or expertise your gear, correct? So we do know that this is a great benefit to do. You guys know this is one of my newest accounts. I actually switched to PC maybe a year and a half, almost 2 years now, I would say, probably a year and a half. And we have gotten it finally up to 8,000 shade level. And I don't play too many of the triple or 5 times XP events, but when I do take advantage of that extra XP, which we currently have going on right now. So what is the fastest way for you guys to level this up? So the first thing you guys want to do is you guys always want to check to see the events timeline and then make sure you look out for these XP events. Currently right now we have a 3 times XP for the next 2 days and 13 hours. If you ever see the 5 times XP, usually those will run like 4 days. Take advantage of that. That's going to be 3 times anything you do. The next thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go to your map, go to global event settings, right? So you're going to click on that. Then you're going to want to put it on the hardest global difficulty you can do. Ideally, most of you guys should be able to do challenging. If you guys use the build I'm about to show you, well, you guys are going to be putting it on heroic because you'll be able to do it. If you can't, start with challenging, then work your way up. The next thing you want to do is go to change global directives. Now you're going to want to add each one of these. You can see for every one I add, that gives me 25% extra XP, right? So boom, boom, boom. So if I add all of these, I'm going to get a total of 125% extra XP on top of everything. So we're going to click that. I'm also going to put my global setting to heroic. So there we go. So I'm on heroic, the hardest difficulty. So I'm getting a bonus there. And then 5 directives, 125. A lot of you guys might say, yo Skills, how are you going to run pistolero if you're not going to run a pistol build? I'll also explain that right now. So you'll do all 5. What you're going to want to do too is reset your control points if you don't have those, and then confirm the settings. And then just wait until your changing global settings takes into effect. You can see it's about 5 seconds. We'll do that. And once it's ready, we should be good, right? So it's probably gonna load us in since we weren't at the thing. And now we are good. So now at the top left, you can see we have 5 directives on. We have the golden bullet. If you guys want to run the golden bullet, you guys can do that. Now, most of you guys see I'm already out of ammo. You can see I have a sniper. So what you're gonna want to do is you're going to want to have either 2 classes, but I think the gunner class is going to be the best one for you, especially with this build, because you're going to generate ammo. Part of the passive talent for this is I will generate ammo. So I just got to wait a little bit. Wait a little bit, and then you're going to see the ammo is going to generate. So what I like to do is just hang out here, wait a little bit, and then you're going to see in a second that I will get some ammo. And then if you wait about a minute, then I can go do everything. There you go. You saw I just got 14 rounds of marksman rifle ammo. So we're good there. Also, the build I'm going to be using is also going to help me save some ammo, and I'll explain that too. Another thing before we get into the thing, you guys can either have the global event modifier on or you can have it off. This is really up to you. It doesn't matter. If you guys want to play with your companion, you can. If you don't, literally just turn it off. That's all you have to do there. Now, while we wait for my ammo to generate, what I'm going to show you now is, let me show you what you're going to be doing. You're going to go to your map, and what you're going to be looking for is anything that has public executions and these propaganda. So propaganda is going to give you 489,000, and since we have triple XP, so you can times that times 3. Let's look for public executions. That's going to give you 518. Now if you look at control point, it gives you 812, so you get 1 full level, but you times that times 3. What I personally like doing is I like hitting all of these public execution. When you reset your map, you'll definitely have a lot more just all over, but you can do these public execution so fast. So what I'll do is I'll do here, maybe hit this one, go here, here, and just work my way around. Propagandas are pretty easy to do too. They give you a chunk of XP. And if you're new, well, I would also do control points because control points are going to be very easy with this too. What I'm going to do though is I'm actually going to go to this public execution just to show you how quick it is. So we look at my ammo real quick, right? We currently have 13 rounds and then 29 as backup. And then we're going to go over here to this public execution. So we're just going to see, just show you how quick this goes. That's why it's so quick to do these. Really fast, really efficient. What you're going to do is you're going to target one red guy and then you shoot all the rest of the guys. See? You can also one-shot those robotic dogs. There you go. And if you know where they come from, just wait for them to pop in. That's it. How long did that take us? We just talked to him. What do we get? 1.6 million XP, 1.5, plus the amount of headshot damage we get. And remember, you also get bonuses for hitting consistent headshots. And since we're hitting all headshots, you're like, you weren't though, but we were because of the way the build works. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to take out this control point, and as we are taking it out, I will be doing the full build breakdown for you. So let's get into it. So the build I will be using is a 4-piece hotshot build. And the reason why I'm running the 4-piece is because I feel this is the best way to run this one-shot build. While there's a lot of different ways you can run it, having the 4-piece really makes a difference, especially if you're gonna run 5 directives. So the 2-piece gives us that 30% marksman rifle damage and 30% weapon handling. The 3-piece is gonna give us that 30% headshot damage, and the 4-piece, this is what I really like about it. So the first headshot obviously is gonna increase our next headshot by 20%. The second consecutive headshot with the marksman rifle will give us 10% armor, but if we're at full armor, it will give us a bonus of 50% of our current armor value, which is really good. But where this really shines is the third consecutive headshot will refill your magazine, meaning that you never ever have to reload as long as you consistently get 3 headshot kills in a row. And it gets better with the 4th headshot. From the 4th headshot forward, you get all 3 bonuses for each consecutive headshot kill, which is amazing, meaning that I consistently never have to reload this marksman rifle, meaning I never waste ammo. So when you're running something like a pistolero directive, this works really good together. So that's why I said this is why I really like the 4-piece, especially for fast XP, never having to worry about ammo. And our first piece of hotshot is going to be the mask, and we have weapon damage, headshot damage, and a headshot damage mod. You're going to see these rolls on all 4 pieces of the hotshot pieces. Our second piece of hotshot is the holster, and we're gonna have weapon damage and headshot damage. Our third piece of hotshot is gonna be the knee pads with, again, weapon damage and headshot damage. Our fourth and final piece of hotshot are the gloves with weapon damage and headshot damage. Now for the chest piece, I am running the HG chest piece. I will tell you this is probably one of the harder pieces to get. It does give me 13% headshot damage and 20% marksman rifle because I am running a 2-piece. Now if you don't have this, you can run a different chest piece like the chain kill, and I'll show you that in a second. So we do have weapon damage, headshot damage. I had half protection on here. If you could get weapon handling, ideally that's what you would want. And we have a headshot damage mod. Obviously has a talent called Headhunter, and this is a talent you want because after killing an enemy with the headshot, your next weapon hit within 30 seconds deals an additional 125% of that killing blows damage. As I mentioned before, if you do not have this chest piece, you can go with the chain killer chest piece, run the same stats, and this is going to come with a talent called Perfect Headhunter. This chest piece is 100% easier to get than the HG chest piece. I am running an HG backpack, and this is going to give me that 20% marksman rifle. If you do not have an HG backpack, you can run with an Heraldic backpack, which will give you 10% marksman rifle damage. You're going to want weapon damage, headshot damage mod, and the talent you're going to want to go with is Vigilance. Increase total weapon damage by 25%, taking damage disables this buff. So yes, you want to have Vigilance on here. Now with the Has Pro, again, you can put something like weapon handling. Again, if you do not have the HG pieces, which are a lot harder to get because you do need to get those rolls, the chain killer Heraldic combo works just fine. For my marksman rifle, I went with the Tactical 308. You can run a ton of different sniper rifles. You just want the ones above 1 million total damage. We have marksman rifle damage, headshot damage, damage targets out of cover, and then the only talent you need to worry about is getting determined. After killing enemy with your headshot, the next shot landing on any enemy would be a guaranteed headshot. And if you guys know how determined works, every body shot after 1 headshot will be a headshot. So that's why it makes it easy to consistently hit headshots. Now, I am running a 10% headshot damage scope, so I don't have to scope in. We do have 30% accuracy on the muzzle, 30% stability on the angle gripped, and then we do have 5 rounds on the magazine. As I mentioned before, there are a ton of different sniper rifles you can use. Find one that has a little bit over 1 million damage, and you will be one-shotting those enemies. I just prefer the Tactical 308. And here's a screenshot of the build. For the skills, I'm running a Pulse and a Reviver Hive, and then you want to make sure you run the Gunner class. But yeah, you guys can run this however you guys want. Save this screenshot, spec it out however you want. You can even spec maybe a blue or 2, and you'll still be able to one-shot most of these enemies if you build this build the way I have mine set up. I just want to show you a full all red version of it, but I've used a blue in the past. And you can even maybe think about using Bloodsucker, because I've done that combo too. So hopefully this build helped a lot of you newer players who are just getting in, want to maximize all that shade level, especially during these 3x XP events, or you want to maybe just level up little by little as you go along. This is an easy build to use. You'll be in Heroic really fast. I actually put this on one of my newest accounts that had about 200 shade level, and I was already doing Heroic and one-shotting enemies. So just something for you guys to keep in mind. And remember, I'm also doing this with the modifiers. Those enemies, some of them had 60% damage debuff, right? Or 30%. So just keep that in mind. It worked there too. But yeah, that's the build right there, guys. See you guys in the next one. Nothing but skills is out.